Hey, welcome to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. I am Maria Cribbs.
And I am Josh Cribbs. Welcome to The Return.
And we are live from the Cleveland Auto Show, baby.
Yes, we're here at the IX Center.
IX Indoor Amusement Park.
And Maria can't look at no cars. And she's not allowed to. And I think for the most part, people are window shopping and trying to look at, if we had the money, honey.
Only reason I'm not allowed to look this year is because, you know, I let Josh take over my credit card payments, and he forgot a couple of payments, and now my score is like negative 325. But I'm going to be back next year, baby.
Definitely not the reason. Not the reason at all. But we didn't have a huge chance this time to walk around. So I think after the show, we'll walk around and try to see what's new here.
Well, we literally just got here, yeah.
But it's a lot of stuff going on right now in Cleveland. It's raining. That's no surprise.
But it don't look like all these,
that is
wax
Cleveland
on these cars out here, right?
Yeah, that's not stopping people from coming down here to the IX Center. So if you can see us being streamed right now, come on down, say hello.
You're watching us live right now.
I've been signing a lot of autographs and taking pictures. Maria been taking pictures and doing stuff.
And speaking of that, the fan, the super fan, he's in the Hall of Fame, right?
Right, Cleveland Browns Hall of Fame.
Tell him what he gave you. He gave Josh a ticket. A game ticket.
Authentic game ticket of when I broke the record for most kick return touchdowns in NFL history. And then I broke it again the next return touchdown, the next return.
Yeah.
So that's amazing to see this. It's not a Browns game ticket because we were at an away game.
Right.
So it's a picture of
Kansas City, right?
Kansas City player because we were in Kansas City. But this is the game where I broke the record for most kick return touchdowns in NFL history.
But did you know that record was upon you? Like, okay, if I
did.
Okay, so you knew if I do
I definitely knew if I had scored a touchdown, I would have broke the record. I broke the record, and then I scored again, which was amazing. So that's
like I
for
didn't
me
just
to
break
see
it.
this,
I broke it.
For me to see that is tremendously.
And he actually gave me one too, and Josh snatched it out of my hand and put it in his pocket.
Because he was thinking. He was like,
where's he at?
I don't know, but he's gone. So he was like, should I give your wife one? I'm like, yeah, give her one. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, I could have two. Oh, my gosh. Like, yes, for the trophy case.
Right.
That's a win.
Cool. That's why he's a super fan. Collecting memorabilia like this. Go ahead, Josh. You can hold that. I'll let you keep mine.
Of course.
Since we're at the Cleveland Auto Show, I think it's only fair, one, that we, kind of discuss what our favorite vehicles are, because I think our family.
We can do that quick.
We've gone through some cars.
We can do that quick, Ryan.
Oh, you want to get?
But I didn't want to get. It's a lot of.
I ain't say nothing.
Nah, he just laughed.
Y'all want to talk about Nick Chubb, don't y'all?
I mean, not just Nick Chubb, but there has been a lot of rumblings. There have been a lot of statements, right? Andrew Berry gave press conferences at the Combine.
I saw that.
There were a lot of things said. And I kind of want to get to the bottom of it.
I'll just read this magazine while you guys get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, after. But before that, we could talk about the cars. This is just a preview of what's to come because I wanted to dig into what Ryan thinks about this.
So we're going to dig into Andrew Berry and his press conference.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to dig into
Nick Chubb hitting the free agent market.
Ryan,
what
let me
that
see.
means.
Ryan, hit the T. We're going to talk about the Nick Chubb T.
And this is a lot of T. Maria told us how to do that.
Yeah, you got to clock that T.
And it's called clocking, Ryan.
Everybody clock the T. Clock the T.
It's called clocking
the girls know. The girls know. We know.
And I was like, huh? What is this?
A lot of T.
And my daughter in college, she's a senior in college, and she was like, she wrote in the comments, Ryan, clock it, and that's her voice.
Gotta clock the T.
So apparently that's what that means.
Do you want to get to that?
No, we can talk about these cars. We're at the Cleveland Auto Show.
Right.
I am amongst a lot of people are window shopping.
Yeah.
But I did get a lot of inspiration the last auto show.
You did?
Because we got Kimura's car.
You went right on down to Serpentini.
I did. I went down there and I seen it, but I saw the car at the auto show.
But I saw her car when we walked in, but it looks a little bigger than hers.
It was a bigger version.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bigger version.
Yeah,
but
everything looks nice here.
So would you look at this just the sports cars, or I'm looking at a Cleveland car? Something that's all terrain.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at sports cars and, everybody like to get the fancy electric or something like this. Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's a pound of snow under the wheels.
And so with that being said, can I please just discuss my favorite car of all time?
Go ahead.
Now let me just tell you, our family.
I already know.
I've had what? We've had a Pontiac. Hold on, tell him your first car. Josh had a Chevy Nova, y'all.
Why you got a 1986 Chevy Nova
Mine's a
from the auction?
How much you pay for it?
$800.
1989. I had a Honda Accord.
And your Honda Accord, the wheel came off.
But he broke my car though. I only paid $500 for mine.
It was a stick, and Maria taught me how to drive a stick on a hill. And the best part, the worst part about driving a stick is sticking your hand out the window and telling everybody else to go.
Because he kept rolling back. He kept rolling back down the hill.
Because if you don't know how to clutch, it'll cut off on you. And I'm like, it's cut off. We rolling. I'm sticking my hand out the hill, telling everybody, go
was
fast.
on Kent State University's right in front of, what was that, Oscar Ritchie.
Right in front of Oscar Ritchie.
And it had that hill, that incline. But you were getting so frustrated because he couldn't get up this hill. And I'm like, uh-oh.
Who teaches someone how to drive a stick on a hill?
I was like, that's my boyfriend. He learned how to drive a stick, y'all.
But I did go home and tell my family, I know how to drive a stick. Maria showed me how to drive a stick. You know, and was real proud of that.
But guess who taught me?
Who taught you?
Myself.
So you probably had a worse time than I did.
It was the blind leading the blind, Josh.
So we're in Cleveland. What type of vehicle is your best vehicle?
Okay, so I was telling you, we had a Pontiac before. You had an Infiniti. We had a Range Rover. Range Rover. We had a Mercedes. I had an Acura.
She's talking about
SUVs. I've had a BMW. Let me tell you, my favorite car of all time. I had a Bentley.
Yeah.
I had a Bentley, baby.
We had it.
That's Millionaire's Row over there. I had a Bentley, right? And actually, you wrecked my Bentley. You want to talk about that, or we want to just talk about Chubb and them
Is
later?
security still in
okay,
here?
we're not even going to talk about that. So let me just say, out of all the vehicles I've had, my personal favorite is a XC90 Volvo. And let me tell you why. In the Cleveland,
Tundra,
Cleveland winter, that thing is like a tank. You're not sliding anywhere, baby.
Well, it is a tank.
I will forever love.
Aren't the Volvos German?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It got me through.
It's built for that.
When I say vehicle, never had any problems. Besides me having to go take it into a get an oil change. And one time I went to go take it to get an oil change, they told me it's not due for one yet, ma'am. I said, well, excuse me. Okay. That is my favorite car of all the cars that I've owned is a Volvo XC90, Josh. Okay. And I'll say this.
I'm quick. I don't got a long story for you.
When it comes to these Cleveland dealerships, when you get your vehicles, you make sure that you tell them you like the low-profile tires. They look good, but put you some all-terrain tires on that car, or you will be slipping and sliding in the rain and especially in the snow.
My Mercedes is definitely in the garage.
Almost lost my life. You know those days when it was really cold outside, 2 weeks ago? Almost lost my life in Josh's car.
It's definitely in the garage. And really quick.
You probably set me up and did it on purpose, didn't you?
Really quick. No. Really quick, though.
You're trying to kill me. What movie was that?
That's Don't Tell
No, Throw Mama from the Train. Yeah.
Nostalgia for you, yes. Ryan. Throw Mama from the train.
Okay, sorry, Ryan.
You're trying to kill me.
You're having fun.
Okay. My favorite vehicle is the Chevy Tahoe. Parts are everywhere. Serpentini did me justice. Before that, I was in a QS56. I didn't really test it a lot, but
Serpentini keep putting you in those nice trucks too.
Yeah, I get put in nice trucks. Hold on, what I do? He said I got to mention you. Do you have a favorite one? And I can
What's your favorite? Who?
The Grand Wagoneer.
Oh, the Grand Wagoneer.
Do you have it? Okay, he has the Grand.
What color you got?
Dark blue. Can you go off road? And look, okay.
Have you?
I'm about to say your wife is around.
I could if I want to, though. All right. He said not purposely. Is it good in the snow?
It better be.
Well, that Acura I had was.
Yeah. Okay. Look, we gotta take a break.
Oh yeah.
We got a lot to talk about.
Getting comfortable here at the auto show.
We're getting comfortable. Getting a little too comfortable.
Yeah. Talking sports next.
Sports next.
All right. Coming up next. Don't go anywhere, you guys. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. We are still here live at the Cleveland Auto Show. You guys, if you're watching, come on down. All the cars looking so beautiful, all shiny.
Yeah. And
I might need to get the keys to that one right
beyond the cars that we see, right? I've been talking to a lot of fans and a lot of people, and it's just been the same type of, questions from the fans. What are the Browns going to do for the draft?
Yeah.
What are we going to do at quarterback? What about Nick Chubb? So let's dive into some of that. And latest news.
Fill everybody in.
Latest news. Andrew Berry said, as it comes to Myles Garrett, we don't have to do nothing. We love him. We're going to stay in. He's going to stay in Cleveland. We love him. We want him to stay in Cleveland. He's a big part of this team.
So why did they do what they did?
What did they do?
Put him up for free agent.
They didn't put him up for free agent at all.
Oh, I thought
you don't know. She like.
Well, tell us what happened.
So Ryan.
That's what I heard happened, Ryan.
You just open your Cleveland Auto book,
Look at me in
and
car,
slide
vehicle.
back so I
Oh.
can see Ryan a little better. Only because, you know, when we're talking about this,
I'm just saying what I heard.
you know, you probably need to mute her mic too,
I won't talk
just
no
so
more.
she can't interject a little too much.
Okay.
But when we talking about Myles Garrett, you know, do we foresee a holdout situation to whereas he's not going to be happy no matter how much money they throw at him, regardless of the pick? Does he just want out? And is that foreshadowing a problem come training camp, come OTAs? Is that a problem in your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say that it's going to come into a problem, a holdout situation, but we've seen holdouts before, and oftentimes they don't work out for the player. In fact, usually the team is what benefits. And if you're a guy like Myles Garrett, who you're at your peak of your career right now, a guy like Myles who has said multiple times he wants to go down as the greatest defensive end to ever play the game of football,
Right.
and he's damn well on pace to do that. But if you were to hold out, take even one season off of football, well, guess what? It's a quick league.
It's
You're
a
not going
drop.
to get forgotten about because of how dominant you are.
Right.
But that one season can be what holds him back from being the greatest defensive end of all time. And I don't know if he's willing to take that risk. So right now, both the Browns and Myles Garrett are playing hardball. It's kind of like who's going to crack first. But if you're looking at it from leverage, the Browns have all the leverage in this. Myles Garrett really has none.
I see it as this. He is a huge piece. Why let him go to make us go further from what we need to be closer to the overall goal of having an opportunity to play in a championship, right? To play in a Super Bowl. Myles Garrett would be a huge part of that. In fact, if we ever got close, we'd be trading for a guy like Myles Garrett. So why give him up? Why just, you know, say we're going to start over? Why forfeit a generational talent? I think, and let me know if you disagree with that Myles Garrett is like a Patrick Mahomes. He's a generational talent that doesn't come around. I don't know if Abdul, and I don't want to say that he's not. I just don't see him as a Myles Garrett. I see him more as a Zadarius Smith. You know, Zadarius. You know, a good talent in this league. Chase Young. You know, highly touted coming out, but just not that guy. Wasn't a Myles Garrett. So why give up a generational talent, right? Because he wants to trade. Let's finesse that situation. Keep him, and then exploit the draft, right? Does that sound more advertising, more appetizing to our fan base and to Myles? Like, hey, man, we love you so much, we can't let you go.
Well, I think that's what the Browns are hopefully planning on doing. I would imagine if I'm in the head of Berea, I'm waiting until the draft's over because you're not trading him, one, because of the salary cap, and two, if you were, you'd probably want picks for next year's draft, not this one upcoming. So there's two reasons there not to trade him after the draft. You're hoping that your draft, you get an A-plus grade from Myles Garrett, really. He's going to be looking at the draft to see what you guys did to improve this team. And if there's a quarterback in the draft that he looks at, whether it's Shador, Cam, and is happy with that, then maybe he'll change his mind when it comes to rubber hitting the road. He'll be the highest paid non-quarterback in football. He'll look at the Browns if they have somewhat of a plan and realize that he doesn't have the leverage. So if the Browns hold out long enough and they bank on Myles Garrett not holding out, then I think we could still see Myles Garrett playing here next year, and he'll be, like I said, the highest non-paid quarterback in NFL history.
Can you
Rightfully
feel
so, by
someone
the way.
in who does not know, why does he have no leverage? Why is that?
Because he's under contract.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
he'll be kind of like Deshaun Watson was in Houston. And that didn't go well for him. Ryan just explained how sitting out,
Yeah.
right, if you decide, I'm not going to play. And they still had to pay him, but not playing takes away so much leverage for you going forward, to the point where Myles might not be, if he sits out, that, you know, Hall of Fame greatest ever type player.
Why? Because
of
getting
taking
out of-
up a
getting
year
out of
off.
shape? Okay.
Taking it, it's
But
not
then
a
it also-
shape, it's just taking that year off is like
But
you
then
lose
also,
it.
I don't think it just hurts Myles. It hurts the team as well.
will
You don't
hurt
want
the
somebody
team.
like Myles Garrett just sitting at home on the couch watching the game.
So it will definitely hurt us. But then at that point, it's business. You know, and and everybody are sticking to their guns and standing on business. It's hurting everybody.
Yeah.
The fan base, the record, the team,
Right.
the player. It's hurting everybody.
Because honestly, some fans come to the games to see a Myles
To
Garrett
see
or
a
Nick
Myles
Chubb.
Garrett.
So it's like,
Yes.
don't you want to give your fans what they want to?
Exactly.
On top of making one of your top players
Exactly.
satisfied.
And I want to shift gears. I don't want to beat the dead horse of Myles Garrett. We have plenty of time, plenty of weeks to talk about
Because y'all
that.
confused me. I thought we was talking about Chubb.
Yeah, and no, we're going to move into that. But
okay.
we have plenty of time because that situation with Myles Garrett it's not going to be resolved in the next couple weeks or the next month or even after the draft because we don't have to do nothing. He's under contract. But I do want to talk about Nick Chubb hitting the free agent market, right?
What was that all about? What
It's it's evident, right? It was going to happen. You know, after Nick Chubb's injury, you didn't see him come back with to be that force. I felt like we all knew he was going to be have a year to kind of become acclimated, to reacclimate himself back to the game of football. I get it. And this hitting him, allowing him to hit free agency is a business move, and we all have to see it as that, not as, they don't like Nick Chubb and they don't believe in him. It's not about that. It's the fact that, he can garner a lot of money. But on the open market, he didn't have such a, dynamite season that'll make other teams pay a lot of money, and they can get him for cheap. If nobody wants Nick Chubb, which everybody in the NFL, they feel like, Nick Chubb is done. They don't have the affinity for Nick Chubb like we do.
And so that's what I'm saying. When you let them hit the open market, I think this is the thing that gets
they don't
me.
have the affinity other NFL teams. So it's business.
But
they're going to drive the market down.
This is the thing that gets me. We get behind a guy like Chubb, and I think we get confused with the fans loving Chubb, and in addition to the team loving Chubb.
Right.
Now it's just strictly
because
business.
it's business.
So they use the love of the fans to make it seem as if the organization
Right.
loves Chubb. But now that we see, it's looking like they could care less. They're letting him go out to the open market. When they know that his knee is not what it needs to be. Now you can speak for yourself. When teams let you go, they know that you get your physical.
Business.
They got full body
It's
scan.
business.
They know what your body is about to do.
It's
so they're going to let you go out there. They know nobody's going to pay for you because they know. They all see your medical records. They know what's going on. So you got to come back and we got to pay you pennies.
And when you look at it though, you see how much the team love you by the paycheck, not by what they say. You see how much a team loves you by your paycheck. Like if you think your job loves you, ask them for a raise and you'll see how much they love you. If you think you're a diehard, a great employee,
they'll replace you in a New York
irreplaceable, go to your boss and say, I've been here all these years. I want a raise or I'm out.
The people know.
Well, Susan, Johnny, it's been nice. Congratulations. And they can pay somebody else to do half of what you can do for cheaper.
Well, that's why everybody out here.
So they'll know that you're replaceable. And that's how it is in football too.
Josh, that's why everybody's out here window shopping right now, because they sick of those 10-cent raises. You think your job loves you, but when it comes time for that review every year and you only get 25 cents on the dollar, they don't love you.
It ain't good enough.
Right. So that's the whole
You
point.
love me, show me by the money.
What I'm saying about Chubb is it sucks that they know. No, I don't want to say
business.
I don't want to say someone's damaged goods, but you're not letting me. I applaud the organization for even allowing him to come back.
Right.
Because from the looks of everything, when he went down, it was like, oh, can someone even recover from that type of injury?
Exactly.
They let him come back. Shout out, okay, the organization did well by him, but to let him go and explore the open market like anyone's going to bite, and then he has to come back and then hope you give him some money because you see nobody else wanted you. I feel like that's a little shade right there.
So something else came out, Ryan, and we're going to take another commercial break, but something else came out, and it was the NFLPA grading on the coaching staff, the owners, the locker rooms. But we're going to talk about that, and we're going to dive into it on this next commercial break.
Juicy. Don't go anywhere, you guys. We'll be right back. All right, now welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. We are live down here at the IX Center at the Cleveland, the one and only Cleveland Auto Show. Josh is signing autograph. What you signing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got
I got footballs down here, football helmets. I'm going to sign this. And also, this is a football with Hanford Dixon, and I signed it on here, too. But the veteran, my older guy, he's a veteran than me because he's older than me. Hanford Dixon takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, look at him.
So I turned it over, and my signature is right here. So if you at the IX Center right now, you're watching it, or you want to come down and try to get a signed football, any signed paraphernalia or memorabilia, come on down to the IX Center. Be down here for a little bit more. Let me throw that back out there.
I do want to say,
my pass out was better than your pass in, by the way.
Did you happen? I know you dapped up Hanford as we was coming on air. Did you see that polo shirt he had, a sweatshirt?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he looked good.
I didn't see that.
Hanford been up in the gym. He been in the gym.
Oh, he been in the gym?
Yeah.
I think that's more of a woman's woman's
But
intuition.
The sweater look really
Guys-
good. You gotta get you that sweater.
Guys, we don't look at other men and be like, oh man, that polo he got on.
I'm looking at his necklace
And
right
do
there.
you
He
see
got
the
the
wa-
baby over there.
And do you see the way his jeans fit? we don't do that as guys.
He like,
no, I'm just.
He said, you noticed. But see, men want compliments. See, now Josh actually said he was looking at him and he's all happy about it. Just like
Ryan, you heard what she just said. Men want compliments.
Do y'all want compliments?
We don't mind.
See?
Especially from the ladies. If you walk past and be like, oh man, you look good in them jeans, I'm
If
gonna
you
notice my
actually mean it.
If
yeah.
you actually mean
Yeah,
it.
it has to be genuine.
Tell me I look good in my jeans. You're gonna see it in rotation a couple more times. And then she's gonna be like, did you wash them jeans? I'm like, I thought you liked these jeans.
Okay, you said we had some breaking news, Josh.
Yeah, it's just some
Not
breaking news.
but some more.
And I want to read it off the script right here. So the NFLPA player report card has been released, and it's not really good for Cleveland. And a lot of the categories, we came in 30th out of 32 teams, and that's the grade. So I'm gonna go down the list of the ratings in the report card.
Right.
Okay. So treatment of family, D+.
What do you mean family? Like of players?
Family, of the player's
Of the-
family. Yeah, of your family members that come to the game, the players feel like, man, y'all don't take care of our family. They waiting and this and that. And you remember going to the games, we had the puppy pound
I remember
for kids.
And then a new organization came in or a new staff
And they
came
got
in
rid of
and
the puppy
and
pound.
got rid of it.
And also, they changed this at the stadium for family. Like, we used to valet, right? We used to go pull up underneath the stadium, and they take our cars and now the players got to come in on golf carts from across the street.
Yeah.
Like, where they do that at? I saw them doing that. I was like, oh,
Could
y'all.
you imagine having to do that in the winter?
Y'all got to ride on golf cart? We had it better than they had it. Like, we didn't have to go out in the cold because guess what? They sold those that area.
Yeah.
Valet now goes to the fan base.
Yeah.
So you could pay a pretty penny and you can valet underneath the stadium.
Yeah, and it is a business.
It is, but the players got to win first.
But that's
then
one,
get that
one of the
later.
reasons why I would say, well, go ahead. I'll let you go through it.
All right. So
you
food,
keep tapping my
and then
leg.
because I just want to get through it.
Okay.
Food, dining area. This is the food that they eat on a day-to-day basis. C-. A C-. I did. We did have a lot of repetitiveness from the food. I mean, not to say that is not
I'ma
good
say
and nutritious.
There need to be some diversity, equity, and inclusion in the cafeteria.
in the
I'ma say it.
cafeteria. It was just chicken.
We need some seasoning.
It was just chicken, and then every day it'd be a different type of
Go on
chicken.
down to East Cleveland and grab some of them
I'm like-
cafeteria workers down there. They can season that food up real good, Josh. We
I
ain't
was
play,
like,
we
is
don't
that
play
the-
about our food. Them boys got to be healthy. They got to eat that food.
If that's the chicken from yesterday, and y'all just put some different sauce on it.
You ever had somebody give you cold chicken?
No, I didn't have
Josh, yes,
cold
you have.
chicken.
You ever
Who
had
gave
somebody
me
put you some cold chicken on top of a salad? Come on.
Who tell me?
Okay, so that's what. All right, never
Oh,
mind.
I don't remember. Am I supposed to remember?
It's just culturally things that I'm not accepting, and if they doing that in the cafeteria, but you used to bring home some good food in the cafeteria. What's going on?
Every Friday, we got to choose where we ate at, Ryan. So
Catering.
we would cater food from Shinto's, barbecue spots around, and you got to pick. Every player, you get to pick different spots. So on Friday, I'm taking to-go boxes to the family. We filling up backpacks with Gatorade and everything.
But this will kill me, Brian. Josh would come home acting like he hungry. You didn't cook nothing? You got this cafeteria here. Why don't you bring me some boxes home? I'm sick of cooking.
You ever
But they might have got rid of that good food, like they got rid of that pork underneath.
good?
They might have got rid of that food, Josh.
If your job has food, do you want to stick around at your job? No, you want to go home.
Bring the
I'm
food.
there from 6:30 in the morning to 6:30 at
Brian,
night.
you always agreeing with Josh.
that's
I'm trying to
facts.
go home.
That's
I don't want to
facts.
eat at my job breakfast,
When I
lunch,
tell-
and dinner. I want to go home and see what my wife is
Don't
cooking.
come on, I ain't cook nothing. Don't
I
come
go
on, me,
home,
got a
and
cafeteria.
she like, you ain't eat at work? You been there all day. I'm like, oh, Lord, give me someone else.
So you got tired of the food.
Lord,
It was the same things over and over.
Lord, give
again.
me a wife that cooks for me and have it ready. In Jesus' name. And
Josh,
all these years.
So
no.
okay, so how about this? You see the
I'ma
report
move
card.
on.
Hold on real fast before you move on to that.
Okay.
Compared to the report card, when you played for the Browns, would you say it was a B minus?
Yeah, it's a C minus.
C
the
minus.
Food.
Would you say the food and the situation at the
I
Browns?
would have gave it a B. I
Okay.
like the staff there that
Oh,
prepared
they're
it.
really nice. Yeah.
It did the job, but it was still the same every day.
Yeah.
In a different way. I mean, how many times can you make chicken, right? 3-course meal. I'm like, we having chicken again? And I look, I was like, ain't nothing different.
It's not like
They was like, oh, this time we put seasoning on it. I'm like,
put a little gravy on it. Like the chicken from yesterday, they just put some gravy on top.
fun.
So
fun
it's not
fact.
like it's not like Whole Foods buffet.
No.
Okay, all right.
Fun fact. I had no 6-pack when I played because I would eat at Burger King and McDonald's on the way home, and for breakfast and for lunch, just to get out of the facility. Because we would be there all day.
You didn't want the food.
I just needed something new. Just picture being at work, pulling overtime every single day.
But if the food was good, would you have went elsewhere?
Yes.
No, you would not have.
No. I wouldn't have went elsewhere. You're right.
Right.
So when I went, and this is nothing against the Browns organization, when I went to the Jets, and I played for the Jets, Ryan, it was like walking into fine dining.
Yeah,
Wow.
the Jets, now that.
I went in there. It was like a food court. I was like, oh my, what is over here? Oh, you got Italian.
It was nothing
oh,
like.
there's a chef that cooks the stuff in front
Yeah.
of you right away.
Nothing like playing for the Jets.
And then you go over here. Oh yeah, this is for people who like meat. I'm like, oh, we have that option here. I'm like, so it was a plethora of choices.
What about the Colts? How's their food?
The Colts, it was okay. I would say I liked the Browns over the Colts at the time. The Colts,
The Colts
they
wasn't
did
bad,
have
though.
a chef. It wasn't
The
bad,
parking
but
situation was
the
decent.
food
underneath
in the facility
Yeah.
was just okay. It was just okay, the Colts. But the Jets, they had a brand new facility at the time.
Wasn't nothing like the Jets.
I mean, it was everything. I had a little key card to get in, little numbers to punch in. I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is gonna be a nice situation right here. The Raiders were the awfulest. I don't even have the
Raiders,
adjectives.
their weight room looked like a high school weight room.
The only thing
Like
good at the time.
Like from the 60s. It
I'm
was
talking
horrible.
about, and this is why they moved their franchise.
Oh, they moved?
Yeah, they in Vegas.
Yeah, it was horrible.
And we'll come back to the Grays, but the Raiders were the worst organization as far as taking care of players. Us as players used to go out there because they shared their stadium with the baseball team, the Oakland A's, and they would paint over dirt green spray paint.
What was that?
Over dirt.
What was that prison out there?
Oh, in
Was it
Pelican Bay. What was that?
Is it called
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. That's how I felt
yeah.
like when you got moved to the
Oakland was
Raiders.
different.
I was like, are we in trouble?
Oakland was different.
God, why have you forsaken us, Lord?
I felt like that. I was like, Lord, I gave my heart to the Brownies. He's like, no, son.
But I will say this. You didn't go over this, but I will say one thing about the Jets. I feel like every year they send in something to the house, reaching out, trying to see if you want to come to a game.
Right.
They send something to the house saying once a Jet, always a Jet.
Right.
I will say when it comes to the Browns organization and keeping up with the alumni, especially someone who, in Josh's case, you claim to be a legend in your organization.
Right.
I feel like we have to beg to go to the game, or like we
Okay.
have to buy our own tickets, or when Josh Cribbs comes to the game, he should never have to not. Like, you should have to park underneath. You can't.
Right.
You can't be out there with the fans.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
So that's my.
But let me say this.
Did they rate the alumni?
I don't know, not yet.
Oh.
But let me say this before we go to commercial.
Yeah.
The Browns finally gave me my Rolex. I ain't got it on today.
And he loves it.
They gave me a Legend Rolex, Ryan, and I was like, oh, and they surprised me at an event earlier last year, and I was so surprised. I was like, for me, and it was an event. It wasn't even for me. They just like, I want to give our legend finally his Rolex, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that's good. They're giving something to somebody. It was like Josh Cribbs. I was like, me? So I was excited about that. That was one thing that
Made you feel warm and fuzzy
made me
inside?
feel so warm and fuzzy inside. With that, I'm going to get back to the NFLPA
Rating.
report cards after this commercial
Don't
break.
go anywhere, you guys. Welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. We are still down here alive at the Cleveland Auto Show.
Okay, and I'm going to rifle through these, the report card of the Cleveland Browns given by the players themselves. And it's rated across the whole NFL. So nutritionist, B-. That's not bad, when it comes to the rest of the NFL. Locker room, F-. I didn't even know you can give a F-.
The Browns have a really nice locker
How do you
room.
get an F-?
I didn't realize that was a grade you could possibly
Yes,
say. I knew
F-.
there were plus and minuses, but I thought F was just a straight worst you could possibly
F-,
do.
right. I never got an F. I got some F's in my
And
life.
their
but not
locker room
F-.
is not bad. They probably I think the players as a whole, it's something that probably happened in the locker room or something that they didn't like, and that caused them to change their mind on something. But I'm gonna go down the list.
Wow.
Training room, D+. I was so surprised at that. The training room I felt was top notch. They built on another. Again, I think something might have happened that made the players make a different choice.
Or these players are going to those different, workout facilities.
Right.
They're probably comparing it to that.
The
those
Browns
training
have a
facilities.
state-of-the-art,
I like the
training
Browns.
facility, a new pool, rehab pool for them.
Whoa.
And then this next one, training staff C-. The training staff is the same one that been there when I was there. So I know those guys. I go in, I talk to them. I think something may have happened to where some of the players like, I don't like that and this happened. And, you know what I mean? Something probably happened, but they are rated very low. Weight room, A. They got an A for the weight room, and it's a brand new weight room.
And okay, maybe I'm thinking of the training room and the weight room being.
Nah, the training room is where they get rehab.
Oh, okay.
And,
So I know the weight room is really nice. I didn't.
Yeah,
I've
the
never
weight
seen
room,
the training
A.
room. Yeah.
Team travel, D. They don't like the way they travel. The planes and everything, they don't like that. D. Head coach. And we're going to get into the nitty gritty now. The head coach, C. The players rated him a C. Now, if you are all for your players, right, they're gonna show you love. If everybody liked the head coach, Ryan, wouldn't it be an A or B plus? And you got a few bad apples that'll say, "Oh, I had a bad experience," it caused it to drop down to a B, but not a C.
But is that coaching or
Coaches,
the head coach? Okay.
Head coach.
The head coach?
Head coach.
Whoa.
So I'm not sure if
Man.
So do you think you think Myles Garrett ain't give him? Okay.
I need to know more about who.
What you think Myles Garrett great?
Did they give this to the whole team or just a few guys?
It's an average.
'Cause if
No,
you
it's the whole team.
The whole team.
It's the whole team.
Because the practice squad might give somebody a D or C. You ain't put me in, man. You got to move me up.
You
But
had to be active.
The whole team, you had to be active.
Yeah. So also,
Wow, that's crazy.
the last one, Ryan, Maria, ownership, C+. So ownership got a slightly higher grade than the head coach, and that's telling because, if I coach a group of men, and they tell me how good I am, and I get that report card back, and it's a C, I'm feeling some type of way, and these are men, right? This is not the hierarchy system doesn't exist at the NFL level. The players mean more to the organization than the coaches. So it's not as if the coaches can say, "Hey, get over here." Player's a grown man. He ain't, who are you talking to? They just have a schedule, and they have to be there at the same, at that point. So these grades are built on how well you coach, how well as an ownership you're running this team. How do we feel as a team? So that is just telling to me.
I think, though, when you look up how much these owners make off of these players, even though the players are being compensated, I think you would think that it would be like a lap of luxury. These guys are making millions of dollars. Their homes are their $1 million homes they're living in. They're driving in the finest cars. You would want the weight room and the training facilities, everything to be top notch. Because why would I not? I would want all that here. I'm getting paid to perform at the highest level. I would think every area that I touch inside this facility would be pristine. You would have top-notch trainers, chiropractors, pool, those soaking tubs. Like you would think everything would.
They have that.
Now the NBA, they be traveling.
That's why I
this
said
style.
they
I've
had
been seeing how their locker rooms look.
Right, Ryan.
But there's so many guys in football too.
What do you think about the organization? I mean, the head coach having a C. Shouldn't it be a little bit higher than that?
Y'all not on the team?
It's tough. I think it's a culmination of things. Honestly, I think a lot of the grades that are on there reflect the grade for the head coach. Mm-hmm. And I think it's more so not necessarily a factor of it is how well they are of a head coach. But I think another part of it they say is factored into that is how well they think their coach can build, maintain, and grow a culture. And I think you thought you had a great culture before really Deshaun Watson with the whole Baker era. But you saw the whole culture take a step back. Not only in terms of togetherness with the whole Deshaun debacle, but also in terms of winning and that translating on the field. I think it's hard anytime you have a 3-win season to come out with a grade
Makes sense.
to have a coach anything anything higher than average.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible they just love the coach, and he's just not winning for them. Because guess what? I would have said Romeo Crennel was an A. We didn't do good under him. We were 6-10. But the year he was there before the 6-10, we was 10-6. I still would have gave him the same grade. He was a great guy. So to me, it wasn't coaching. You know, for the head coach, it wouldn't have been coach. So with that, Maria, I'll turn over the rest of the show. We got a lot of weeks to keep talking about the Browns, but that was just the most pointing.
That's crazy.
Pointing out certain aspects of the team that was just, crazy.
All right, well, now that we know the players pretty much think the organization is, an average, a C?
Yeah, C.
See, that's not bad. It's always,
Well, Maria, the whole report card, they were 30th out of 32.
30th out of 32.
So we're shooting
You
well
saw them
below
Fs?
F.
There's some work
they
to
got
do.
an F minus in areas, and I mean, who does that? So
Lord.
with that, we'll take. Is it commercial or
Hold on, the
let's take
Haslam's probably
commercial?
watching like, you know how much we paid that Deshaun Watson? We
Yeah.
can't do no better. We
Right.
out of money. Look, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, you guys. Welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. Now, Josh just went over the report card that the players gave the Browns organization. They were 32 out of 36?
30 out of 32.
30 out of, 32
teams. Come on.
Duh. Okay, right. It is what it is. Now, Josh, I mean,
I'm done talking sports because
well, I'm not done talking sports.
we'll get into it.
Because on Netflix, there's this series going on right now. I think it's showing like the road to the Olympic goals with the NBA players, right? And Anthony Edwards, who does he play for?
The Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard he's a really good player, Josh. He's
Okay, bring it up.
Yeah. Okay,
Let me
so
hear it.
you see his interaction with former President Barack Obama.
No, I didn't.
Okay, Ryan, play the video.
Huh?
Y'all better stand down. I'm the truth.
He's saying the truth. He's saying the truth. Yeah,
These boy know.
I guess.
He cold though. I gotta give him credit. He give up 50 every time we play him.
I
He
mean,
like I ain't 7 foot.
and y'all got 2 7-footers and he's still
Hold on
still
now. Hold
scoring
on.
Huh?
Don't talk. We ain't gonna do all that.
No, I'm just saying.
3 7-footers.
He got 3. That's right. Because he got
I
9
give him
rings.
credit. I told you that. I said
He did. He did.
I
give
gave
you
him credit.
I remember that.
Yo, okay.
LeBron,
Come on,
listen. Are y'all talking to this young man? Because he just keeps on. Right now, he just said he's the truth and all that, and
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
that's
truth.
what he
as
said.
You asked him. You tell him the whole context of the situation though. You asked him what he think about this young man, and he said, "I'm okay." I said, "I'm the truth."
Everybody was like, "How dare him talk to
I felt that was
our forever
very
president like
contentious.
that?" So look, let me give you some context, okay?
Please.
What I think we were witnessing was
Ego.
no. I mean, because
We'll get to
no.
it.
I talked to
You
Izzy.
got
Izzy
it.
said Anthony Edwards is like that, Josh.
Yeah, he's good.
He a dog out there.
So
on the
why
court.
do he feel like he has to
because I
disagree?
think
Go ahead.
we happen to see a moment where it's a reality show.
A real conversation.
So they're not,
That was a real
president-
conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're not being performative. I think he was relaxed around the president. Okay, people are like, oh, you guys respect your elders. I think it was just we got to witness them in a different
Barbershop
scenario.
talk.
Thank you.
And they was really being truthful
he
with
was
what they
just
were
treating-
saying.
He was treating
I get it.
President Obama like Barack.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. All right.
At first, when
Yeah.
I watched it, I was like, "Oh my God, how dare he talk to our president like that?"
Right,
Right.
right.
But then
I
I
get
thought,
it.
then I had to look at the context of it. So if you
Love
go
you too.
back, they're doing a show. They're just doing some behind the scenes. I think they were just having a little conversation.
Right.
Just playing with each other. You know.
I get it.
But then also, I think it comes to generational. We tell our kids, make sure you respect your elders at
Right.
all times, you know.
Right.
But I think it was a little like cringe to see him talking to someone who had.
It's cringe to us who know better, right? Because
Yeah.
to me that scenario should have been just a pass by. That's the president. You know, that was in public.
Right.
That to me that wasn't a space for barbershop talk. How often are you going to see?
No, I think it was
Barack Obama.
I think
though?
it was. I think
it was
It
what?
was just all the players right there.
Okay.
I think it was a little, secluded area.
But he got
with
serious
just
a
them.
little bit. He severely
But I think they were
disagreed
just
with
talking
Barack.
They were just talking a little. It's no different than when you and Izzy play basketball.
It's different.
And you would think if you would just film it and post it on social, you would think Izzy's being disrespectful to his dad. But
Okay.
they're both talking smack to one another.
All right.
So I think that's taken out of context. It does look like, oh my God, how is he talking to the president like that? But then, they just two men talking basketball.
All right.
What you think?
I get you.
You
I
never
get you.
have you seen that clip? It's
Nah,
going
I just seen that for the first time.
Oh, we got to watch the show. It's on Netflix. Okay.
Okay.
So what you think about this? Okay. this whole Steve Smith Sr. situation. Have you heard about it?
Nah, I did hear
Ryan,
about that.
Have you heard about it?
Oh, I've heard
Steve
about
Smith
it.
got caught out here.
Allegedly.
No, I wouldn't know allegedly.
Hey, I'm saying the whole show's alleged.
What was
okay?
that, AI? Somebody
Okay, so
called Steve Smith
was allegedly
having an affair
with someone's wife, right?
with someone's wife. Steve
The
Smith, the
husband-
former football player, wide receiver, mainly with Jacksonville.
Ravens.
Carolina.
No.
Yeah,
Was it
With
Carolina?
Carolina.
Was he with the Ravens
and
too?
now
No, the Ravens too.
now he's an analyst. The husband called him and had him on video. And he was like, bro, you sleeping with my wife, bro? He was like,
He's like, we have to say for yourself.
sorry about that. I mean, wow.
So this is my
Right?
thing. And
What's your thing?
my thing is, and I might get in trouble for saying this, I don't feel like the husband's beef is with Steve Smith. Your wife is the only one that took vows to you. What you look like calling another man because your wife is being inappropriate? That's like Josh cheating on me, and then I want to call the chick to talk to her. You're irrelevant to what we got going on. So what do I think she probably knew about us.
Right.
Okay, so I might want to roll up on her when I see her. When I see her, it might be on site. But me calling her and feeling like she has some type of loyalty to me, or
Right.
I'm checking
Like,
him.
how dare the other girl?
But me
Nah.
and her don't have nothing to talk about.
Okay.
Nothing at all. So when he reached out to Steve
Noted.
Smith, my thing is, my thing, we'll be right back. My thing is, Steve Smith,
He was
when
embarrassed.
you are who you are.
Right. When you,
that-
yes.
If y'all seen the text messages, it's just so nasty
See,
and
he
sloppy.
brought all
Who's
his
texting-
messages with his
between
wife.
his wife and Steve Smith. He posted it all online.
Just-
And a part of me feels like, Steve, you can't be careless like that, especially when you're someone who. Now, Steve
In the
Smith,
public
hold on,
eye.
Isn't he married?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Isn't
he's
Steve
married.
Smith married
Yes.
to you dirty dog?
He's in the
you
public
just
eye.
so messy.
Well, have you guys kept up with the latest SEC scandal?
What is
No.
that?
So this chick in Ole Miss, I think she's a sorority girl.
Uh-huh.
She's going viral all across the internet because she cheated on her boyfriend, right? But then it finds out that the guy she cheated on her boyfriend with was the boy's father. And he said, quote, I want to sleep with you where you sleep with my son.
What?
This
she's been
world
going
is
viral.
She
going.
been going by. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
so hold
my
on, she slept
gosh.
with both of them?
Yes. And he's still with her.
And he's still with her?
Yeah.
That's my thing. So they out of control.
So it's a lot of people that's on TV with Steve Smith because he does commentary. Remember, he said the comment about Jerry Jeudy when he was in Denver, how he ain't like him. I think this is a good time for Jerry Jeudy to kind of get some get back. Like, yeah, bruh, seem like you need to check yourself and just to throw a little jab at Steve Smith while
Yeah.
he's down and out. I guess
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is
I
crazy.
think we all are wondering, like, when people cheat, that doesn't mean that they don't love their spouses. I think they need to reevaluate the type of character they have and if they want to be married or not, because the text messages were sloppy. I don't feel like the husband should have been calling Steve Smith. But then, Steve Smith, you got to do better. You're a public figure.
Right.
You know, the first thing somebody's going to do is want to put you on blast and embarrass you, and that's what happened. You should have been more cautious with those text messages, those voice
if I'm
recordings.
Steve Smith, I'm like,
That's
man, that
crazy.
AI crazy. That AI can do anything, can't it?
If you see those
That
text
looks
messages,
just like
I
me
hope-
out there on the beach with the girl.
I hope that man is
That's some
filing for a
crazy.
divorce.
That's some crazy AI. I was at home all day. That wasn't me. AI is crazy.
So hold on, when we come back, I want to talk about, remember Brandon Smith?
Brandon
Brandon
Marshall.
I got Steve Smith all in my head.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall.
I want to talk about something that he discussed on the podcast. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to The Return with Josh Maria Cribbs. We are still here down at the Cleveland Auto Show. Make sure you guys come on out. Josh got autographed footballs. We got the fans out here, and we got all these beautiful new cars for your liking. Now,
Yes,
Josh,
indeed.
I want to talk about Brandon Marshall. Met
okay.
him, love him.
Yes.
He's talking about his celibacy journey.
Okay.
He said he is devoting his life to the Lord. And
That's a good thing.
He has been celibate, I think he said for almost a year, if not over a year. Ryan.
You just found out that
Yesterday.
he divorced him and his wife divorced.
Why did you say celibate and then look right at me?
No. Because I don't know. I know guys. I just want to know, is that something?
Ryan is an eligible bachelor,
He is.
and he is saving himself for a special young
I see
lady
how it is.
who has her head on the right shoulders.
Yes.
and is a classy woman.
Absolutely.
Ryan, ladies and gentlemen, our producer, Big Play does big things. He is on the market.
Yes.
If you are a lady that's out there, woman, your daughter in college,
Yes.
a senior,
Really good guy.
Between-
he got a job, you guys.
18 and 23 is the age range that Ryan is looking at.
Yeah. And you have to love dogs because
And
he
he has
loves
a
his
job.
dog.
I do love
Yes.
my dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Cincinnati
Uh-huh.
grad, Ryan, ladies and
Ryan.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Ryan.
So Ryan, Josh, do you think you can be celibate for over a year?
No,
Right now, I don't have a choice.
no.
Ryan! Oh, Ryan, stop it, Ryan.
So the answer is yes, I could do it.
He could do
And yes,
it.
and
I could. Josh, could you?
no. I got married in college. I've been married in college for a reason. I ain't trying to.
That's the reason you got married.
I was
Josh?
by myself in grade school and in high school.
Are you
It's
telling these
long
fine people
enough.
out here at the auto show because you got married for one reason and one reason only?
No, it's just one big reason.
Oh,
It's a lot of little ones in between. But then the big reason is now, yeah, it's for that reason. Yeah,
Could you? So you couldn't do it.
I don't have to.
I applaud Brandon Marshall on his discipline.
I don't
think
applaud him. That's not what we on this earth for. God said, "Be fruitful and multiply." He needed to be fruitful and multiply, and he was married. And
I'm getting.
no.
I'm gonna go to Party City and get you some balloons. Most importantly, I'm gonna get you an Elmo
Do you
balloon.
think Ryan want
I
to be
want
celibate?
Ryan-
He's just said he has no choice.
We're gonna get Josh the Elmo balloon. Viewers, if you haven't seen this video going crazy online, this woman moved into this house, right? She brought these balloons for her child's birthday, and this one balloon is tripping. Look at this. You see him?
I've seen it.
Okay.
This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen, by the way, Maria.
We think it's haunted. It's walking up the stairs, and then it will not go into the basement. She's telling the whole story. It stops at
Yeah,
the
that's
basement
crazy.
steps every time until her son goes down the basement, and then he goes down into the basement with the son.
What, the Elmo balloon?
Yes.
That's that. It can
Wait,
be.
you're saying
science can prove
You're
that.
saying that went downstairs as well.
It's a 100 Elmo balloon.
Nah, they pulling that with a string. I don't believe
No,
it.
it's not. The
I
lady's
don't
on here
believe-
saying I think she just brought the house.
She trying to go viral. I
Look,
don't believe
no,
it.
No, you don't see any of those shadows or
Look
anything.
at that thing. That thing walking up the steps.
But she's saying every time
don't
it goes,
believe it.
Every time it goes to the basement door, it stops.
Hey, you know what?
Oh,
Maria,
and then the lights turned off. Come on.
Yeah,
Maria is real gullible. So if I'm ever caught cheating, I was bad and sloppy. Because I didn't come up with a good enough excuse.
It's somebody.
She
I
is
love
gullible.
my husband, but if he out there cheating on me, ladies, do not call me. Don't be like Steve Smith's husband.
She don't want to know.
Don't call my phone. That's between you and him.
No,
I
promise you.
And I'm gonna send a whole bouquet of Elmo balloons to your house.
No, listen. I promise you this though. I promise you this. Steve Smith, he's gonna hear about it by his cast as an analyst.
Yeah.
They're gonna do a lot of jokes with him
And I
online.
don't think that's
know.
something he should get fired
Um,
for. People do it all the time.
And we'll talk about this next week as well
Oh,
on
we
the
gotta
show.
go, you guys. Oh, we had
And,
so much fun out here at the Cleveland Auto Show.
The report card, Nick Chubb hitting free agency.
Myles Garrett
Andrew
gonna
Berry
do?
coming out and saying he is a Cleveland Brown. He is a big part of our organization. We're going to keep him here. We love him.
Yeah.
I think that spoke volumes, over everything.
And we love you guys for watching. We got to go, Ryan. We
gotta
got to go.
go.
See you guys next time on Return. Have a good